Hey, shalom, shalom. Get this. Hold on. All right, first and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekahawadash. And of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. All right, get the proper anger here. I'd like to also send out salutations to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth across four corners of this earth. All right, because time is growing short. This is Naaman with the DC Camp, Branch of Great Millstone, back for another video. And this is my response to the elder apostle's statement about the prophets of doom. Yes, we are prophets of doom. All right. You have to understand that all the lies that have been taught, which brings up the fact that, hey, this is much more to do about us as a people than, these Edomites. They're playing their part. We're playing our part. Their part being, aside from being the most foolish people and base people on the planet, they are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. But in their part, they were to persecute us. All right. Which they have done an excellent job. Hey, got to give them a hand because they have, as it's said in the past, they have been that perfect devil. Devil meaning liar and deceiver. And they have afflicted us. All right, but it's coming to an end. And as per instruction, we're out there on the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of this place. Who in their right mind wouldn't, after having their asses kicked for so long? All right, but this is prophesied above all else. Salakia, I got a little cold here. You know, all kingdoms have an end. All right, and this is you Edomites. This is your end. And we're out here on the highways and byways telling you this. We couldn't have done this a few short decades ago. All right. This is the time. All the signs in the heavens and on the earth. Yeah. It's time. All right. You've done your wickedness. You know, what's the expression I'm trying to think of? You, in your supreme arrogance, you just thought you were going to get away. You know, as it says in Psalms 49. Well, hold on. In 11, hold on. It says what? Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. So yeah, that pride was allowed to build in you. All right, as it tells you in Ecclesiastes 8th chapter. All right, and their dwelling places to all generations. They got their monuments to their wickedness. All right, all over. They call their lands after their own names. See, you know, a few short years ago, they even went about, especially here in America, and I know some places elsewhere, they were tearing down these statues. I know y'all remember that. Like for what? Was the reason being that they were sorry? They were in an attempt to repent or something? No, they just didn't want. That goes into Habakkuk 2nd chapter. You know, verse 16. You know, shameful spewing on their glory. All right, that's what that was about. They just didn't want the evidence. And this is the thing with the so-called white people. All right, because they're not white, they're red. In fact, they're the only people in the scriptures that are identified by color. And that's the nation of Edom. All right, so. Let's go ahead and get let's see, Jeremiah 28 and 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So you have to understand that all kingdoms that had us in captivity, they're synonymous. All right. From ancient Babylon, we're talking about pre-Egypt, ancient Egypt itself, and all those kingdoms following. Everybody's had us in captivity at one point or another in time, in history. And save the worst for last. Actually, this is his second go around, and that's the nation of Edom. How about that? The worst of the worst. All right. So here we have, let's see. You've got to understand there's a way to fight. And this is how the Most High has it, because did not Yahushua say when he was walking the earth, what was his, having to do with Peter and his address to Pontius Pilate? So if this were my kingdom, then my servants would fight. Did he not say that? All right, meaning this is not it yet. But it's coming. And see, the thing is, this devil is scared. All right, he's scared because, and I have this pulled up. This is a quote that you've probably heard numerous times, I'll bet. It says, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive." And that's all since this devil has been, in fact, that's prophecy, that's Revelation 20th chapter. Let's get it real quick. All right. Again, there's so many here as far as scriptures. Prophecy is pointing right at you so-called white people. All right. It says 1,000 years. And I saw an angel. What was it? How do we measure that? The fall of the Roman Empire, right? And I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on that dragon. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. It's not talking about the angel. It's talking about a man. All right, a nation of people. The deceivers, the liars. All right. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should that he should deceive the nations no more. That's why they don't like to talk about the so-called Dark Ages. Because this is the time that, they were put away. They couldn't, and that's matches right up with secular history, with the so-called Dark Ages. All right, they were in that lower state, in the mountains and shit. All right, you look up Woodwose, one word, wood. You know how to spell that, and W-H-O-S-E, I believe it is, Woodwose. The wild men of Europe. That's who we're talking about. All right. They were in that lower state. That he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. Now we're coming into the time of the Renaissance, the rebirth. You have to ask the question, well, if they were always in charge, why would there have to be a rebirth? There you go. And after that, he must be loosed a little season, which we are currently in. All right. And we're coming to the end of that. All right. So this is why we're out here. All these scriptures I'm about to get. All right. Let's go back to this real quick. Because this is, when I said devil, this is what I'm talking about. It says, because everybody thought it was Shakespeare. No, it's Sir Walter Scott. So it says, "Oh, what a tangle web we weave First, we practice to deceive means that when you lie or act dishonestly, you're initiating problems and a domino structure of complications which eventually run out of control. Is this not the state of affairs the world is in as a result? And the Most High is riding that ship, so to speak. You've got all this resistance because when everything is in chaos, hey, that's when he's happy. All right. He spread all his bullshit doctrine throughout the world. Now men want to be women and women want to be men. And now there's multiple sexes. I mean, it's nothing but confusion. What was that old Temptations, what was it, back in the 70s? What was it, Ball of Confusion? That's what the world is today. All right, so it's all a result of these devils, these Edomites. They just took it. Yes, the other kingdoms, anything outside of Israel is the heathen, but you're talking about the bottom of the barrel here. You're talking about the wicked. Malachi, let's get that real quick. I'll start at the top because a lot of you still don't believe that they are the Edomites. All right, wow, it definitely is when it comes to the Most High not allowing you to get this. That's fucking scary. All right, this is Malachi 1:1. It says, the burden of the word of the Most High Yahweh, that's Lord in all caps, to Israel by Malachi. It says, I have loved you, the Lord's love for Israel. All right, I have loved you, saith the Most High Yahweh. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Most High? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau. Go to the story in Genesis 25th chapter. All right, and from there on, starting around 19, I encourage you to read the whole thing because, at that point, at the beginning is where Abraham dies. But read the whole thing. All right, all the way to point in chapter 27. All right, toward the end of that, where he gets his blessing, which is the sword. All right, he will get everything by that. Who does that match up with? He will have all the best places. That's what is meant by the fatness of the earth. He'll have his choice of the finest things. Who is that making reference to? All right, it says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Most High Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. And indeed they are. Wherever these pieces of shit go. I'm talking about the nation of Edom, so-called white people. They're always trying to, it's like they cannot get along with anybody. It's like they always got to redo things the way they want them. The spread of this homosexuality doctrine and everything else that goes with it. Women over the men, that's against the order. That's 1 Corinthians 11th chapter, 1 through 3. And they just, it's like wherever they come around, it's like a dark cloud that just comes over, That's them. That's what they were created to be. Salakia. And especially now, a lot of these nations, let's just use those that are Israel now, going through shit here in America. I'm talking about the illegal immigrants. Nothing wrong with the legal way, that's, but who do you think set all this confusion up? All right, trying to pit Northern Kingdom against Southern Kingdom. It didn't work out the way that they thought it was. All right. So they would have an excuse. That didn't work out. So this guy gets in office, Trump. All right. And man, it's all distraction at the end of the day. But see, you Northern Kingdom, you have been, and I watched a special on PBS a few days ago, and they were talking about how Northern Kingdom during the days of so-called civil rights era, they pretty much got a free pass where we had to sit in the back of the bus. They didn't. And you have all these elders amongst the Northern Kingdom telling the story. Said, well, we just stayed out of it. It was, and even, was it La Raza? The chair then, I can't remember his name. But he said, straight out, he said, I'm trying to paraphrase best I can, the problems of the Negro are theirs. We have nothing to do with it. And Jake at this point is like, yes, we know that they are our people, but a lot of them have their heads up their ass, and, well, more pointedly up the so-called white man's ass. And, they take on the, I've heard described as being white, so-called white adjacent or white supremacist adjacent, because they take on the same ideologies when they come over here. They ally themselves with our oppressor, and everybody expects Jake here in America to come to their defense, which Jake was more than happy to do. And it took like at least 6 decades to figure out, hey, we help anybody, they turn against us. And, again, he keeps up this division, So this is the time for him to be put out. All right. The world needs new management. I'll put it like that. And it's going to get it. As prophesied in Revelation 11th chapter, he's destroying the earth for the most part financial gain, but it's just all out wickedness. Let's see what I want to get here. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Because all of these prophecies, it's not going to be good. All right. This place, got to start here, the judgment of Babylon. All right. And it says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. That's what we're doing. All right. Exalt the voice of them. All right. We could also go to, well, I'll get that after this. That they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Most High, Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, mustereth the host of the battle. At the end of the day, this is the doings of the Most High. All right, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Most High Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Now that's Jeremiah, 51, about opening up the armory. It says, howl ye, for the day of the Most High is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. This is what we hope for. This is what you have to be in, that mindset that, hey, I want to get the fuck up out of here. All right. Why would you want to be still under You see, he has no good intentions or goodwill toward us at all. It's all ill will. And it will always be that because we have that birthright that he sold to us. He wants it back. It's not going to happen. All right. Again, Genesis 25th chapter. All right. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows. Let's look that up. Pangs. All right. Strong's H6735. Tazayar. All right. Get my little whiteboard here. All right. Let's see. So, God dang it. Why isn't this thing? All right. Tazayar. All right. Of course, here it's in the Assyrian. All right. A hinge as pressed and turning, as a throw, as a physical or mental pressure, as a herald or errand doer, all right, ambassador, messenger, sorrow. There's the operative word. This is what's coming. Many, many sorrows. All right. Great sorrows. It says, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. All right. Those birthing pains. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Most High Yahweh cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. See, this is all in an attempt to get our people right, but they don't want to listen to us. They want to listen to, guess who? There you go, our enemy. And get that, because what? Again, idolatry comes into play, because so many of our people worship what? Money. All right. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. You're seeing that now. What did Trump do? First thing he got into office, he issued out all these executive orders. And now you're having all these people that used to have these good government jobs. They're being laid off. I just heard recently that a federal judge blocked it. I don't know how much of it is blocked, but supposedly there's an injunction or something. Hey, we'll see. One said earlier that he could go forth with it. Another one just recently said, nope, hold up. So, no. So these people are, man, like I said, pangs, right? And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Lots of people being humbled right now, right? I will make a man, that's an Israelite man, more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord, the Most High Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. See, I've always made the statement that immigrants, when they come over here, they have their sneakers on. They still have them on, because they're getting ready. Anytime I want, anytime I need to, I can just go on back to where I'm from. Jake here can't say that. You might have a passport or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what place do you belong? See, everybody that comes over here, they can look at the map and they can say, yeah, this is my homeland here. But Jake, and I'm talking about Southern Kingdom mainly. You keep saying Africa, but it's 54 countries there, and where? Even though that's not our home, Jerusalem, Galatians 4:16. All right. Oh, it's 26. Hold on. I want to get it straight. Can't believe 16 is the truth. It's like it is 26. It says, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all, not Africa. You so caught up in what this devil has taught you that you didn't exist before slavery, and this is where we got you from. Therefore, this is who you are. Not considering history before that. Again, all these lies. All right. Oh, what a tangled weave. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. All right. Nothing but confusion. That was done on purpose. Distort. If you can't get rid of the history completely, distort it. All right. And you have to ask yourself, why put so much effort in doing this to these people if they were just Africans running around butt-ass naked in the jungles and all that? Something should tell you, no, there's something else going on here. Why would they put that much effort and energy into controlling a people like this? And what I mean by that is we had so many opportunities that, we, in an attempt, to do for ourselves, and it was all sabotage. Why? Why not let them build them, themselves up? We don't have to deal with them, keep them motherfuckers over there. But no. They went out of their way to make sure we could never gain some type of foothold, be content, provide for ourselves, that generational wealth. That in itself should make you look deeper and say, well, wait a minute now. All this bullshit about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and yet you got a people over there that no matter what they do, wait a minute, hold on. See, it just doesn't add up. So this place has got to go. This is what we're doing here. This is Ecclesiastes 3rd chapter tells you. And you sad ass Christians out there. Again, this is the philosophy of the devil. All right, that you're up there every Sunday dancing around, not learning a damn thing. All right, but again, that prosperity doctrine, all these idols put forth to you, and a lot of you don't even still recognize what's going on. It says a time for everything. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. All right, even to the point there's been times to where, I said earlier, kingdoms had their time to rule. There's a time for this to go by the wayside, just like every other kingdom. This is Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined. Remember I said he's feeling that heat. All right, he hears those footsteps, like you see those wide receivers when they go through the middle. All right, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Now that I use that example, Job 15th chapter, is it 21, 20 and 21, somewhere around there. All right. Uh, Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Each and every kingdom before this one had a beginning and an end. This one is no different. This one is no different. So no matter what these devils do, no matter what God Emperor Trump, at least in some people's eyes, that's who he is. No matter what he does, he can't carry this any further than the boundary that the Most High set. That's it. This is why you're seeing all this turmoil. This thing that happened with Zelensky. This devil is trying to forestall the destruction of this place. And it's not going to happen. You can hear the almost panic in his voice. And if you saw that that event that happened in the White House, the president and vice president and Zelensky, he's talking about you messing around with World War III, World War III. See, they thought that in acquiring all these weapons of mass destruction that they could hold this over all the other lesser nations, all right, and have them do what they want. But you have to understand this. Parity might be too strong a word, because everybody has certain, well, not everybody, but my point being is they can't be so easily bullied like they used to, all right? And because, make no mistake, it's not all equal by any means, but you come to a point where whatever victory you gain over an opponent now, it's like, that's why you have that MAD, mutually assured destruction. It's also known as a Pyrrhic victory after the ancient Greek king. In other words, I've won, but at what cost? Everything is laid to waste. There's nothing to rule over now. All right. Salagia. You know, so, but let's get some more scriptures here. This is Isaiah 21. Let's see where I want to go. Fallen is Babylon. Salaki, I apologize once again. Let's see. This is Isaiah 21. I start at 7. And he saw a chariot with a couple of horsemen, a chariot of asses, and a chariot of camels. And he hearkened diligently with much heed. And he cried, A lion, my Lord! I stand continually upon the watchtower in the daytime, and I am set in my ward whole nights. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he hath broken unto the ground. Because here in America, you worship anything. All right? Yet, when they say this country was, you know how they like to put on, they like to lay it on thick. America was founded on Christian principles, blah, 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 blah. All right? No, this country, this was set up witchcraft. There's nothing at all righteous about America. Nothing. It says, and he hearkened diligently with much heed. Let's see. 9. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen, and he has answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he hath broken unto the ground. O my threshing in the corn of my floor, that which I have heard of the Most High Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, have I declared unto you. All right, so, I mean, we can go, let's go to 24, judgment of the whole earth. All right, let's see. And let's be clear, because the whole earth, the whole planet is not going to be destroyed. It's talking about mainly the system. We're talking about the nation of Edom being cast down. That's Obadiah. That's Jeremiah 49. And we'll get some more here. There's Isaiah 34th chapter, Ezekiel 25, 35, Isaiah 63. All right. You can't get around it. All right. Let's see. This is Isaiah 24:1. Behold, the Most High Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. You know, it's going to come a point where it says in Revelation 18 chapter, that these other nations are going to observe from afar, and they're going to be sad because there's nothing, this place is going to be destroyed. They can't make the money. And a lot of that was as a result of what? Our blood, sweat, and tears. All right. Let's see. The land, verse 3, shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Most High hath spoken his word. All right. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languished and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants of it. You can't drink clean water now. Definitely the food. They put, who knows what they're putting that so-called sea hip in. Not sea hip, but, the dragon piss. I heard they putting it in chicken. You really got to watch what you eat, because he's trying to, the people that were smart enough not to get this shot, point being, now they're trying to put it in the food so you can get it that way. Yeah, this is some wicked ass shit, man. Let's see. I read 5 again. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. All right. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, and that's definitely so. The noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the heart ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. And you're going to see an uptick, if not already. Liquor stores are going to be very profitable. All right. And other things, which I will not mention, because people are going to want more and more to escape. All right. Let's see. Verse 10. The city of confusion, which this is broken down. Every house is shut up, and no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. It's not just talking about the wine that you're drinking. Because, again, we always mention the famine of the word. All right, for those that now you have a chance to get an understanding of what's going on, what's going to happen. But what do you do instead? You know, but it's going to come a time, Amos 8th chapter, where they're going to cut all this off. Because again, they're being exposed. And now you won't have a chance to get it. Because what does Jake do? He's a master at procrastination. He'll just put off and put off and put off and put off until that last minute. That's why there's this warning here in Sirach, 5th chapter. Let's go straight to 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Most High, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Most High come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. You had all the opportunities. You know, what was that old story they used to tell about the guy that was in the flood? As he, you know, his spirit left and he moved on, he was asking a question. He said, well, God, why didn't you send help or anything like that? It's been such a long time since I told, and the reply was, I sent help 3 times. And he thought back to those times that he rejected, like, oh shit. So, I mean, so there you have it. Slocky once again. Hey, you gotta get her done. So, don't have much left with this, but yeah, this place is done. Now, let's see, I'd mentioned others, because let's see, Isaiah 34. So what does it say? Judgment on the nations. All right. And it comes down here to, let's see. I'll just start at the top. It says, judgment on nations. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Most High is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to be to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Now that's a description of how the nuclear missiles are going to be raining down. It's making comparisons of a fig tree when the figs fall off. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom, the red people, the descendants of Jacob's brother Esau. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Most High hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Isaiah 63rd chapter. All right. Yep. This is Isaiah 63:3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger. Who is he talking about? Edom. And trample. In fact, let's get the whole thing here. The Lord's day of vengeance. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. For you Christians out there that think everything is going to be old happy day and all this other shit when the Lord comes back. Oh no, you got it twisted. All right? No, 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 no. It's a day of gloom. It's all kind of scriptures on that. And these Christians, they're pitiful for real. It says, verse 5, and I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. What does that match up with? Let's see here. Let's go to Obadiah. Edom will be humble. You noticing anything here? The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Most High Yahweh, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Most High, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Because that's this pride of this so-called white man. He never thinks that anybody can deal with him. All right? Haven't you not seen that? Have you not traced his history? That was as a result of his blessing, all right, in Genesis 25th chapter. All right, and Ecclesiastes 8, let me get it real quick. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11 says what? It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. These people haven't been made to pay for what they've done. Therefore, this is what they're saying, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with him that fear the Most High, which fear before him, which this is what we're trying to tell our people, fear of the Most High. All right, the Christian church doesn't teach you that. They teach you can get around, you can get away with anything you want, as long as you can call upon that name, which I'm not going to mention. They've totally taken the fear aspect out of it. Like he's just this is only one thing. He's all about love. No, it's not. It's a balance. Remember, I just read a few scriptures in Ecclesiastes 3rd chapter. It's telling you there's a time for this, there's a time for that. Let's go to Sirach 33 and start at around 11. It says, I started 12 because this lets you know there's, all right. It says, some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them hath he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. We can go to Romans 9th chapter also. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it as his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liketh him best. And here's my point, verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. It's a balance, all right? So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. Back to Obadiah. All right. So, I have made thee small, the pride of thine heart. All right. Thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Clue. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, clue. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Most High. Who set their nest amongst the stars? Whose emblem, whose people's emblem has always, or as some would say, a spirit animal, has always been the eagle. 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Wilt thou not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy, and that's the point that we're at now, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. All right. Shall I not in that day, saith the Most High, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? O thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Teman is making reference to that area that you know as Germania, whether, the whole region there. Where in ancient times it used to be divided, as in usually by, I know the Visigoths and the Ostrogoths, the only difference was which side of the river, basically, that they were on. But you got Major, Germania Major, and Germania Minor. All right, so, oh man. All right, so let's go ahead and try to wrap this up. So I've been pointing out lately who this is talking about. This is time for the end, and you should be in this mindset, which I'm about to show you now. This place is why would you want to stay? Isaiah 51:14, the captive exile which we are, hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread shall fail. This place is done. Let's go to 2 Peter 3. And why you should be getting yourself right now, while you have the opportunity to do so. All right. Because the sad thing about it, if we were not of this and we were out there, saying these things, we'd have hordes of people, especially if, don't let us be famous. Oh, no. You don't get this as a refining, a weeding out process. All right. Anyway, it says, but the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. None of this shit here in America is going to survive. All right? And so many people are trying to ally themselves, even, to this so-called white man. And it tells you in the Bible dictionary, it says the nation of Edom, i.e. the so-called white man, is the only nation that is not going to get any kind of, it's not going to be having any kind of mercy. None. None. So this white man is it. He's the only nation that after 1,000 years where he's put through hardcore slavery, double whatever he's given us, he's going to be, again, in Obadiah, rounded up and burnt up. There will be no more so-called white man. That's Obadiah. All right. That's the 18th verse. That short chapter says so much. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I hope whoever, once again, views this. But, yeah, we are the prophets of doom. All right. How can it be other way? You really want to stay here in this shit? And it's only getting worse and worse and worse. You know, these prophecies are going to happen regardless. And that's what we're trying to tell you. These prophecies are happening right in front of your face, and a lot of people, so many people don't see them. Surprisingly, you know who does? The so-called white man. Because a lot of them, hey, they might not can match up. You see, that's the thing with Jake, going to church for all the wrong reasons. And I be watching some of these game shows, and they'll, like Jeopardy, for instance, and they'll have these categories every once in there, you know, about the Bible and the Edomites, bam, 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 bam. Jake, all he knows is to jump up and down and act a fool, and, you know, John's 3:16, which they don't understand. It's so sad. And this is your book. All right? This devil had done a job on our people, and this is what he intended to do. Not, you know, Psalms 83rd chapter. You know? Damn. So, yeah. Once again, I hope whoever views this is edified as to what we go. Again, this is a response to Elder Apostle Tahar's statement, you know, or question runner, are we prophets of doom? And yes, we are. All right, so with that, hey, until the next video, hey, shalom.